Hey, welcome back to the Run Club podcast. I'm your co-host, Courtney.
You know what it is. I'm Ian. It's a beautiful day today. We're not in the incubator right now. Where are we right now?
We are in an actual little studio situation because I know you guys struggle with us with our sound sometimes because we're new. Yes. And you have patience and we really appreciate it. But, you know, Nike really has us today and like set up a whole thing.
We got 3 mics.
We got 3 mics. We got 3
That's
mics.
the whole thing.
Okay. We are in the Nike Chicago headquarters and we have an amazing, really special guest today.
A guest who's been dripped in gold.
Period.
You feel me? You know. Go ahead.
I don't even
know where to go with this.
I want to get into it. Athing Mu.
That's me.
That's her. If you don't know, like, I don't understand. Stop listening to this. But
word association. Athing, Tokyo.
Period.
Athing, gold medalist.
Just came to do what she had to and
I
left
love
with her
it.
thing. Thank you for joining us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
How are you feeling today?
I feel pretty good. It's been a good day so far. Really chill. I feel like I haven't really had a chill day just like this so far.
What does that mean? What does that mean to you?
My chill day, to be completely honest, just laying in bed all day, watching like Netflix, getting some food, eating snacks. But if I'm doing something like this where it's like, okay, just taking it slow, chill morning, maybe it's just the scenery of Chicago. I've never been here before. So it's nice. It's just real chill.
Because you're in Portland,
so I like it. I'm in
where are you at now?
College Station, Texas.
See, look.
College Station.
Something I didn't look
Every
up.
time I look up, Texas got a new place.
No, it's definitely been there for a minute.
Like, I thought it was like just like 4 towns, like 3 on the east side of Texas then 1 like in that little weird square part of Texas.
I'm gonna need you to be patient with us.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm here.
It's legit. Wait, are you staying for any of the marathon situation?
I'm heading back later on today.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some stuff to do tomorrow and then some schoolwork. So
I love it.
Full-time student.
Because you know what I was gonna do.
What?
I was gonna get us some Italian fiesta. Like, you know, don't come to Chicago and just get Giordano's.
Yeah, but then you're gonna give her the shrimp and
you already know. Do you have a shellfish allergy?
I don't.
You don't?
But I don't like jalapenos.
Oh, you don't like jalapenos?
I don't like spicy food.
Okay. I respect that.
It like makes
I
my
respect
stomach
that.
feel weird.
Shrimp and jalapenos.
Yeah.
Thin crust pizza.
Thin crust is great. I mean, Chicago style is not the only thing we eat out here.
I feel like thin crust is mad Chicago because they cut it in squares too.
They do.
Nah,
And so like you never know how much pizza you really ate.
I like pizza, but not thin crust. And I also don't like marinara as much as a lot of other people do. So I don't want marinara sauce on top of my pizza.
Who put marinara sauce on their pizza?
Isn't that Chicago style?
No, ew.
About,
Oh my God. What do they
with the
teach you
marinara
in
on
Texas?
top.
No.
This is where we are.
Not at all. That's
what I'm talking about.
Never.
Courtney knows what I'm talking about.
I do.
What?
Don't act like this. You know exactly what you're talking about.
That's not marinara sauce.
Red sauce.
Okay.
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 All right. Okay. Well, put some respect on my pizza.
Well, getting us back on track.
Yeah, because
you know your time is valuable. We got questions to ask you. Okay. So I first want to just point out the fact that you're 19 years old.
I am.
And you just got into a place of success in your career, and it's just like it's mind blowing. Like, how do you where's your state of mind right now, and like where would you go from here?
I think right now I'm kind of just, because of the fact that this, like, okay, a lot of people probably look at this past season and think like, okay, yeah, this just happened out of the blue, or, you know, it's just like, oh my God, wow, she just came out of nowhere and doing all this and all that. But there's been a progression to this. You know, I've been running for so long. I've had little steps that I've taken since, especially high school, like my junior year, competing with professional athletes, just little stepping stones that brought me to this moment. Not only just like competing wise, but also me personally, like trying to manage all of it and just really understanding how things are going and just learn how to handle all of it is the only way I can really put it. Like, this wasn't the first time something like this happened to me. It's been one of the greatest and biggest things that's ever happened to me, but there have been other points in my career that have been momentous and led up to this, this point, if that makes sense.
That's so smooth. Like, you're talking about like when I was in high school. Like, that was like 2 seconds ago.
It was 2 years ago, but it's fine.
It's legit.
Yes.
It's legit. No, it's awesome to watch you because like so you're 19. I have a 15-year-old son.
Yeah.
And so he's like 4 years away from you. And I want to like just hold a pitch up in front of him and be like, this is what you can do if you take cross country serious. But it's not going to happen.
But you started young.
Yeah, you started like small.
I was like 5 or 6 probably.
Yeah.
Like running, like on the track? Like
I was. Honestly, I don't remember exactly when I started. I want to say my first national championship was like when I was 9.
Legit.
And that was at like club nationals. But I was only running with 9-year-olds, so like.
But, I mean.
Okay, yeah.
You were 9-year-old.
Okay.
I used to try to do that on the block, but didn't get a medal at the end of it.
Right.
I just got bragging rights.
It'd be like that.
Until like this one girl, she moved on the block. She's like a tomboy. She was fast as hell. She kicked my ass every time. It was horrible.
Good.
So I know like you went to Tokyo, they put the medal on you, got to stand on a podium, you got to do all of that. It's been a few weeks now. Are you still rocking the medal? Do you put it on sometimes?
Where do you keep it at night?
I have literally taken that medal out of its box probably 2 or 3 times.
For what?
First time being for the parade back at home. Then after that, it was literally like 2 days ago, just so I could show a friend. But otherwise, it's in its box inside the room, just sitting there. I mean, I don't really look at it.
True friends.
Right.
Only the real ones get to see the gold.
I mean, if you want to see it, I would definitely bring it out. I am not very particular about keeping it and hiding it. Like it's not. It's great, but if you want to see
I would be
cool.
running around the house playing some Drake, some Worst Behavior, some Melodies from Heaven. Like I would be jamming at least once a week. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty heavy, and they clap each other and they like damage one another. So I gotta keep them separate.
Yeah.
Gotta keep them
They can't
away from one another.
I forget you got more than one.
No, I got 2.
Legit, like
close.
yes,
Gotta remind folks. I got 2.
I gotta do that quite often.
Yeah.
You're legit. I did. I legitimately just read that like the other day, and I forgot for like 2 seconds.
You got. Let them know. Do you do you see yourself as a sprinter forever, or do you have any interest in going longer distance? Because we're marathoners.
Oh my gosh!
And
I didn't even know
I'm training for my first ultra in December, so we're just always trying to get Black and brown folks to kind of come on over to the long distance side. Obviously, your goals are different, but I'm just curious. Is sprinting just it? And is that where you just feel like that's where you succeed? But do you ever want to explore?
Yeah. First of all, props to you guys, because one thing I don't ever see myself doing is a marathon. But I mean, track is different because we're not running a marathon on a track. They do it outside. But I don't even call myself a sprinter. I guess I think. But then again, when I say middle distance, it's well, I think that's the only thing I can really define the 800, even though it's kind of fast. But I don't really consider myself a sprinter at this point. So I think if I were to change my distance, I don't even want to say I would go down because I run the 400 often. Yeah.
Right.
But I definitely would go up to the 15, and that'd probably be the ending point for me. I wouldn't do a 3K or anything like that, just because it's no.
Would you over to the road running side of things? Come on.
But I will say, all the elites towing the line on Sunday, they're sprinting the marathon.
Yeah.
That
crazy.
To me is wild.
I think they're gonna be running 5, 6.
It's crazy.
But road running got other distances too. We got 5Ks, 10Ks.
Try to convince
that's my whole thing.
It's fine. You tried it, but it's okay. It won't happen.
Don't run into me again. Okay, so I was super excited when I read about this, right? So you ran a 155.21 800 meters in Tokyo, right? And then you turned around. I don't remember what's the time difference between the two, but then you turned around and went to the Prefontaine Classic and you ran a 155.04.
Yeah.
Okay, my PRs and my times are not that small of a difference. So I am curious to know, is that really a big difference between the 2 times? And then if so, what do you think puts you in a position to go to the Prefontaine Classic and kill what you did in the Olympics?
Yeah, I had I think it was maybe 2 weeks after the games that I got home before going to Eugene for Prefontaine.
Mm-hmm.
Just like sprints, middle distance / distance, and then marathons. Those are like, your time differences are just all different. In a sprint, that's insane. That's a very big margin of time difference. And like a middle distance, I mean, that's still, that's a lot of time that you've taken off. But I don't want to say I want to say it. You would see that more often in like an 800 than you would in like a sprinting race. You know? So it was. I don't know. I think that was actually a hard race for me because it was after the game, so it was like I had to get myself back together mentally because I'm like, okay, I just ran the Olympics, I just won, and it kind of seemed like it's over then, but we had to move on 2 weeks later, still training and just like, come back and compete once again. So it was hard just to get myself to, up and going for that race. But I don't know, I felt good. I think it was just like, okay, yeah, I'm just going to finish off my season here. This is my last one, best one. May as well just do it. I wasn't really thinking about time there. I think I was just like, okay, let me just come out here, compete and try and do what I have to do and leave it all on the track. And by leaving it all on the track, watching the video numerous times, I was like, dang, wow, I was digging. It was just hard. It was pretty good, but it's not, that timing is not, I mean, I want to say that it's not super big. Like, it's not like that hard to do in a distance race, I guess.
Okay. Cool. And I even still, like, I have to get used to even talking to somebody who runs the 800 meters.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between, like you said, you don't consider yourself a sprinter. You consider yourself a distance runner and stuff like that.
Medium.
It's it. Medium distance. Is that what it's
mid distance?
Okay.
Medium.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I'm like, girl, I don't know.
Listen, we are road runners.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah, I know.
So we are trying to figure it out.
Run club leaders.
Yes.
We just be out here for the community. I want to know a little bit more about like your personal life and just how you're managing, at being 19 years old and then having the success that you have, and then training. Like, what is your training looking like right now? How are you managing?
Yeah. Again, I think it just comes back from, I don't want to say experience because I'm like, nah, I'm not that old.
You've been popping for a minute.
I've done a lot. I've done a lot the past couple years, at least. I want to say since sophomore year up until, now sophomore year in college. A lot has happened in that time. So I think it just having experience with media, having experience with professional athletes, people who are fans of the sport, just kind of everything. There's a lot that comes in with you running so well, you being one of the top people that are spoken about. So I think it's just like, just having experience in that within the past, even though it wasn't as great as it is now, it's like you learn how to handle it. So now, I mean, it's just, I'm going about my days, as any other person is. I'm not really worried about what's happening outside there. I'm just handling whatever I have to handle, doing what I have to do, and just moving forward. Because I'm the one that's really in control of everything. No one's going to do anything for me.
Yeah.
Unless, they're physically, doing it. But I am the person that's making most of the things happen. So, I mean, no matter what people say or expect from you and things like that, it's like you're the one that's going to be affected by anything. So just keeping that in mind, that definitely helps it because, again, you're doing all of it on your own, or you're the one who's mostly in control.
Do you pick your races?
I do choose my races. Yeah. Coach and I, we talk about it. Like he'd ask, okay, yeah, so we're running this. Do you think it'd be a good idea to run this or that? Leading up to here, like we kind of planned it out. So most of the time it's me choosing, but he definitely gives advice about what it is that we want to do.
And all right, so what is training looking like right now?
Right now, yesterday or today would be like 1 week of me starting training. So I haven't really done anything yet.
Okay.
First day, I'm doing every other day. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the next 2 weeks. It's just like first couple days I just shook out, just got my legs moving again, some strides. Yesterday I did my first full workout, or 2 days ago, my first full workout, which was like some 60-second runs, just some tempo stuff, but nothing crazy right now. We're just getting our body back, getting some base back into our body. And
how much time do you take off normally then?
I had about 5 or 6 weeks off from the 21st. Well, first week, right after pre, I went to Mexico. I went to Cabo with my friends and family. Enjoyed the water because I love water so much. Yeah. It was really nice. Then right after, I went back to Jersey for a parade, and school started the next day. So I've had 1 week to myself, really. Yeah. But I've just been shopping for the apartment still. Okay. Just trying to get, I guess, get into this professional life now. Kind of, sort of, just kind of get situated. Yes, get situated. That's what I wanted to say. With school and everything, but everything's been pretty good. Smooth sailing so far. Nothing has really killed me yet. So,
well, now I'm curious. So, what would you describe your interior design aesthetic?
Okay, so first I was going for minimalist vibes, but
it's hard.
That did not happen. I don't want to say it didn't happen, but I don't know. I'm kind of going for modern, like very chill. My color schemes are literally, because the apartment's like gray and white, so I've literally just added like a whole bunch of black everywhere. And I mean, there'll be plants and stuff like that, but we'll just add a little bit of color depending on the season.
Sounds chic.
Yeah, it's I don't even know how to explain it, but it's I don't know.
I'm with you.
We're trying.
I'm with you. Black, white, grays. The only color that's in my apartment. Yeah, the only color that's really in my apartment is wood.
Is it really?
That's the Chicago thing.
Listen, add some little white in there.
Downtown, you're living in a 19th century walk up of gorgeous apartment.
Nah, downtown apartments are trash.
The newer building.
Downtown, so I used to like deliver food. Like I used to work for like do DoorDash and all of that. And like these people downtown paying astronomical prices, and then like when they open the door, it's easily still in the 80s.
Sounds like New York.
It's crazy. It is because they are paying for location. That is it. They probably got different outlets for their toast. Like it's so dated. It is ugly. But okay, so first of all, what are you studying in school? Like what's going on?
I'm in leadership studies right now. Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to do? What does that take you?
Well, I mean, I was in
outside of race
last semester, which is like
you were in what?
I was in kinesiology, like a BEP, which is like a lot.
Wow.
Okay.
So yeah, I was experiencing that. It was biology. It was a little much. It was a little much
after philosophy, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go into finance.
Yeah, you see it. Yeah. Especially first semester of college for me, which was like I didn't even know what I was doing yet. Right. So that was just a little bit much. But still, to this day, I'm still interested in like the body and how it works, whether that be like nutrition or massage therapy or athletic training. I just like how the body works and how it functions, stuff like that. So
and that helps you in your work.
Exactly.
Right, so.
Yeah,
it's kind of like what one of our runners, Gumbo's runners, Christian, studies, like how the body moves.
You study something. It's like something movement.
Yeah, it's a big word.
Yeah.
Okay, so just back on you being an entire Olympian. What can you tell us? Like, what do you feel like it takes to be an Olympian? And tell us about your team and the support you have around you.
What it takes to be an Olympian. I think you need to, and I don't even know because I never even thought about it, but I think one of the things you definitely just have to have a good mental, because especially with track and field, it's one of those sports that are literally 10% of your body, 90% of your mental. So having a mental, you're not going to, you can become an Olympian, but I think there's different types of Olympians, like there's people that are like, okay, yeah, I'm an Olympian and that's it. But then there's also those Olympians who are like, okay, yeah, I'm Olympian and this is what I'm going to do. They take it a step further. So I think it's the mental part of it. You're there, you're at this point, but it's you want more. You want more. Like this isn't the ending point for you.
Yeah.
Right,
so I think wanting more and maybe digging for something that doesn't seem possible to others, or it's not something that happens often. Like, I don't know. I think you just have to carry yourself further mentally than anyone else would. A lot of people that are doing the sport, they probably think to a certain level where they want to do something. They want to be at this point. They want to accomplish this goal, but like, what are they really doing? Are they really preparing themselves? Are they really prepared to be at that level? And I would say that about me too. In 2019, of course, or even before that, I watched 2016 Rio, and I was like, oh, I want to be at that. I want to be an Olympian. But I realized that I wasn't really even prepared. Like, I wasn't mentally an Olympian until maybe 2020, right? Or even 2021, where I'm like, oh, okay, I'm actually here for it. This is actually something I can do. I'm ready for it. This is going to be my point where I do something, great. And this is like my time. This is what I'm going to do, where I was actually ready to take over. I was actually ready to get things done. So I think I don't know. You have to think different. You have to know that this is something that you want, and know that you have to know that it's yours. Maybe that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
That's real. You get to that point where you like in a old 90s action movie where you like have your montage, your training montage, and you come out the other end like prepared and ready for that final level, that climax of the movie. Nah, that's smooth. Like, so, okay.
Well, I want to know, before we move forward, I want to actually know, like, what does your team look like?
Yeah.
Okay. So I, a lot of transitions from high school to college to professional. So I've had a lot of different support systems, but I mean, at the end of the day, they're all coming together and we're all being one. But high school was definitely different. I had my coach who was definitely there almost basically my entire career, who basically built that foundation for me, who, took me to these meets, definitely made sure I was good mentally and ready to go when it came to competitions and things like that. But when it came to college, I think that was just built even greater, where, I didn't just have a coach, my coach specifically, Coach Mallard. Awesome. He became a lot of other things for me. I mean, he was my coach, but also a father figure. He was, I don't want to say an agent while I was like in college, but like he spoke about things kind of on a personal way as well as a coach. He wasn't just trying to be a coach. He wanted to be something else more than that. So him being a lot of other things in my life, along with having like sports psychologists in college, and then having our physio. There's just a lot of other people that are being major parts of my life and in my career that are helping build me at this time. So going to college definitely helped make that even greater. And then my family, of course, since the beginning, always there. Yeah. Just watching me grow as a person, as an athlete, allowing me to grow, just supporting me always, and just always being there on my side. Definitely, of course, builds that support system. And then moving forward into professional life, agents, make sure I'm taken care of, making my life much easier, which definitely is necessary. So I think as you go further, it just gets bigger and bigger, and everything just gets a little easier, and you get to focus on what you really need to, when you have all those people around you supporting you. So
it takes a team.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I love that. Shouts out to Mike Brown. But no, I was like, that's one of our homies. But so like with the extra time going into the Olympics, with it being canceled from its original day to extra time, do you feel like that was like really, really like a big help for you get into that Olympian mode? Or do you feel like it just kind of like added a little bit to the pressure of performing?
2020, when it was supposed to, I knew I was going to run at trials, but I was like a senior in high school I think I was a senior. Yeah, I was a senior in high school. So honestly, I know I wasn't ready for it, because before the, like, I don't know if it was COVID or if it was, before COVID. I'm like, I feel like at the time I wasn't really, like, my mental wasn't there when it came to running. Like, even personally, I was just like, I was not really for it. I wasn't like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to go. I was like, I didn't really care.
Right.
And so that's one thing. You just like, oh yeah, it was.
I'm done. I need time to myself.
Absolutely.
I want a break.
That's exactly.
And you're going through a transition. You're about to go to college. It's just a lot.
Absolutely did not care. I was just like, and that took a toll on me. So I knew I wasn't, if 2020 was there still, and like Olympic trials was going to be, then I probably wasn't going to make the team, to be completely honest, or at least I'm convinced that I wasn't going to, knowing myself and how I was. But that, just that yeah, just that time, that 1 year to get better, to, learn about myself, to, I guess, grow personally, mentally, physically. That all helped when it came to 2021. And then also having, the college season. It wasn't just me doing everything on my own, which is exactly how it was in high school. So having a group, having a team definitely helped a lot. And I think that just led up to a great season. If I didn't have that extra year, then, I definitely wouldn't be here at this point. So I'm very thankful for COVID hitting, to be completely honest.
It's just, especially because it's like there's a lot less of distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone was able to, like, if you had something going for yourself, you had the opportunity to focus on it. It just seems like a lot of people were able to excel in their craft over that time. So
yeah, I was like following a couple track runners and stuff like that. Especially like during the COVID, where I was trying to figure out how to get more into spectating the sport. And I realized that a lot of the athletes had issues with, they had to do like go to alternative places and train in places they didn't normally train because things were shut down and things were, did you find that kind of shake up and that difference? Or did that even happen to you where you had to go to some alternative places or maybe do some alternative training to stay fit? Was that?
I think that definitely played a role in it too. It's like, you really can't go anywhere to train. Like, I usually would go to a high school, so I didn't run for my high school tracks team. So I would go to another high school, but it's like they were closed because of COVID. So that was like my only secondary option. And I think I went to a college also, but they would usually have practice and I didn't want to practice while they were out there. So I was like, okay, well, I don't know what I'm going to do because I have to do these runs. So sometimes I would just like go to the park and go attempt to do it. But it's just,
were you by yourself?
Always by myself. Like everything I did, especially my junior, senior year, we're most of the time by myself, unless my coach came out, but COVID. So it's like, we were trying to do all of that.
Yeah.
So it was just detrimental. Like it was a lot. It was a lot to handle.
Okay.
It was a lot to handle, especially in knowing what the year was going to have at the end, with the Olympic trials and the Olympic games, hopefully. But I remember being at getting ready to go to New Balance Nationals, which is like high school nationals. And this was before COVID hit. And I knew I was done. Like I knew I was like not mentally in it because once they said that the high school meet was going to be over, I was like, okay, that's great. Great. Because I didn't want to go.
Okay.
And that's how I was just out of it. And I was not really I wasn't really in it.
Okay. No, that was actually, that was actually my question because I was trying to see if you had done some of your practices in the neighborhood, out on the road. Because this entire time I'm just slowly inching you into road running. That's my goal.
You know what? I definitely all of high school, coach would send me out on some, runs, and I wouldn't want to do it on the track. It'd be like, say, 4 miles in the morning, or if it'd be like an 8-mile run or something like that, which I've done before. I literally do it on the streets. Like I go run
next
on the
time
road.
when you get to 8, think maybe 2 more.
Yeah, no. I do want to do a 10-mile run. But at this point, now that I've gotten into some new training, probably won't happen ever.
Yeah.
I mean, but listen, that 8 miles could have actually ended with another medal had it been a 10K.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Sign up real quick.
When I don't know what age I think I was like 9 maybe, or I was 10. Ran my first 5K on the road. It was like a YMCA, and I beat everyone.
Of course you
just
did.
put it out there.
I
beat everyone. I was the first woman to cross the finish line.
All right.
It's like yep.
This is what I do. I love it.
But that was a road race, so.
So I know we have to wrap it up soon. So I just wanted to just ask you, like, if you have any advice for our runners. You obviously don't, like the runners in Chicago here, like they're about to run a marathon. They've been training for 18 weeks.
That's crazy.
19 weeks. And, or even just like the runners who aren't running or racing this Sunday, but just are the everyday runners who want to become, better at the sport, just better as a person. I guess, what could you share with them?
Yeah. I mean, to the marathoners, I said this earlier, but 18, 19 weeks, that's a lot of time. It's a lot of time of training and commitment. So, I mean, leading up to this point, just remember all the things that you've done to get here. And embrace every single moment on that course. Is that what you guys call it?
Yeah.
I
should actually say by the time they hear this, they would have ran the marathon.
Exact. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You,
it's
y'all.
okay. Y'all did amazing.
Did you just speak to us like foreigners? Is that what you got? Is it a course?
What you do?
A court? What do you do?
Is there a route?
It's legit. It's a course.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay, yeah.
29 neighborhoods.
20-something neighborhood.
20-something neighborhood in Chicago. I mean, that's it really, because I think they definitely want to hear from you, and we and like we're always just curious about like you being an elite athlete. How do you relate? Because like you inspire many, and then at the same time, a lot of these everyday runners also inspire many.
Yeah,
because they are the everyday runner.
I mean, just getting out there. I know how it feels. Just talking about the experiences I just spoke about.
Yeah.
I know how it feels to, not want to, and you're like self-motivated because y'all are not connected to a team, probably. You're just doing this on your own. So you're self-motivated. That's motivational to me because you're still going out there every day, putting in that work, or whether it's every other day, whatever it is. But just continue to go at it and just remember why you're doing it. You chose to do it for a reason. There's a reasoning behind all of it. So continue to have fun, enjoy it, because if you stop enjoying it, it's probably not worth doing it anymore. And I don't know, go at it. Continue to make goals and check them off. That's what I would do.
I love it. I'm really hoping that, especially since the pandemic, I feel like running has gotten more into like the mainstream conversation as far as sports go. I'm hoping they like televise or they stream a lot more of the meets and things like that, especially for somebody who wants to get into spectating, because it was I had a watch party for the Olympics for the women's and the men's marathon for both of those, right? But leading up to those events, we was watching some of the tracks, and that was the first place that I saw you. And I didn't know who you were. You were just, you like took off, you was running. I was like, yo, who is Shorty right there? She is eating the track up. So it was like super cool. It was for me, it was really the Olympics that made me really interested in finding out who you all were as athletes, and then following y'all on IG, and then just understanding the sport more. So I'm really hoping that we get to see you run more often outside of the Olympics, so we can kind of like follow you in a more tangible way outside of just waiting on you to post on IG to tell us what you did.
We big fans, we want to see more.
Appreciate
I think you're completely right, Ian. I think that like you all as athletes in this sport, I think it's like we just want to see more, but obviously that's not up to you all the time. But I'm just putting it out in the ether.
Yeah, whoever listening, whoever's in charge of getting these on my screen. We need more things as she's running and hitting these races, so we can scream at the TV at her, scream at our laptops, and all of that. We definitely want to see more. Do you have anything else?
No, that's it. I just want to say thank you again for coming out and just like speaking to us, and I just I guess I hope we cross paths again.
One day.
One day. If not, we're just going to continue to watch you from afar. But
I appreciate
we really are in support of you and all that you're doing. So
thank you. Thank you, guys.
Well, she's a lot nicer than me. If I see you anywhere, I'm going to pull up on you like we know each other. So
me too.
Don't be weird.
Nice about it, but I'll be like, hey,
don't be like, yo, hey, wait, hold on. Before we get off, because we was talking about this off mic and stuff. How does your mama say your name?
Athing.
That's like I'm mentally registering that. So when I'm talking about this interview to all my friends and everything, I'll be like, I was speaking to Athing Mu.
Wow, yeah, it's just
right.
It's like
Mo,
don't forget
the
Mo. Mo. Athing Mu. Gotcha, Athing Mu. I love it. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you.
We'll see y'all later. Peace.